In this video and upcoming videos, we are going to study how we can manage the memory using LangChain. So memory, we are going to store in the memory, we are going to store the previous interactions. It is important because it lets the LLM to understand what were the previous interactions, learn from the feedback, and whatever the user are giving preferences, it will be able to tackle it better. So let's get started with it. We are going to create a new file called, let's say, memory, or I'm just going to create different folders in this. I'm just going to delete it. And now I'm going to create a new folder by the memory management, because there are few of the classes, next few classes will be dealing with how to manage the memory, what are the different types of memory that it can handle. And right now we are handling the short-term memory. So in the short-term memory, we will be taking a basic example on how to manage the memory. For that, I need to have a memory saver, and we are going to use some checkpointers. Checkpointers will take some thread ID so that it can understand, okay, this thread it belongs to. So let's see. I'm going to write const create agent require LangChain, then const memory saver is what we are going to use now. It is going to be require at the LangChain, and it is going to use LangGraph. Okay, and then we also need required .env .config. Now let's create the checkpointer. So it will be cost checkpointer. Let's say it's going to be checkpointer is equals to new memory saver. Once you initialize this memory, we are going to create an agent. So agent is equals to create agent. And in this agent, you are going to pass the model. So model is process. We'll just take it from the previous files that you have just created. Now you are going to use some tools. That tools let it be initially be empty, and we are going to add the checkpointer. Now I'm going to create a function async function save or chat with memory, and this function is going to take the messages, but for now we are hard coding the messages. Later on you can have easily handle the messages. So role, let's say, is user, content, let's say hi, I am Mohammed. Okay, and here we need to pass the configurable. So this is something new which we haven't discussed so far. This configurable will take thread ID. From there it will understand that which thread this messages belongs to, and this will be the memory part of it. Now once this is done, we can try invoking this thing. And sorry, one more thing. Since this is the agent.invoke, so I'm going to write const let's say response is equals to await agent dot invoke, and we are going to pass everything inside of it. So this is going to be part of agent dot invoke, and whatever the response comes out, we are going to return that up to see what type of response do we get. Now let's initialize this. So check, and so let's say whatever the answer that comes out of it, we are going to print that answer. But for now, we are going to write it directly, then response console.log of response. Let's see the output now. So node, memory, and basic. Let's see the output. I guess I misspelled something. Yeah, as I was sure. It has to be check pointer. Now let's see. Let's see the output. It is going to store the memory for a temporary time. And let's see what do we get in return. we get this is the human message and this is the chat message that has happened. Hi Mohit, nice to meet you. How can I help you? Do I can answer all these things. Okay. Plan strategy and all these things has happened. So this memory check pointer you can use to deal with memory management for a short term basis. Even you can integrate the Postgres and the other things that we are going to study anyhow later on. And now we are going in the next few classes or the next few videos, we are going to study about how we can customize the agent memory for our business use case.